ngasi taktoiba anisuba tissue se. We'll be talking about connective tissue. Ay ngasi connective su taktoni, cellular muscular su taktoni. Nerve katani lem dese min mga gi lecture ne nang ngadi su takebo ko. Morning kadi nang hodre. Morning ga noi ga se noi na sang beng ben. Connective tissues. First point, connective tissues ay koina khangba ya se. Number 1, they are the most abundant tissues in the body. Ani ko most abundant. Haksang da khwaidagi distributed oiba, khwaidagi abundant oina yawa tissue si connective tissue ni. Sige first point si makhangani. Second point da mo se always in association with the nagna laine. Marang epithelium na nagna laine hayo. They are supporting the epithelium. Epithelium kampu the supporting ne. Aduna anang ba matamda mo ni they are in close proximity with the epithelium ga nagna dum laine. Yani ko lie close to epithelium. Maram kay gino khange ko mayam. Epithelium di masagi blood supply later balina connective tissue dagi machinjal di khangbe oxygen di khangbe too low to nila mo ga nagna laine yadi. Ahum suba point da. By the name implies, connective tissues and maming silang tawag. These are the tissues that helps connect various organs and various parts of the body. Haksang different parts and different organs in connect the liver tissue to never connective tissues like the blood, the bones, cartilage, tendons, ligaments, connective tissue they are all. Yani ko. So adu di idraswi adi abani like the palame hapita harge they help link different link haigera connect haigera chamane ko. Link they help link different organs or parts of body. Parts of body. These are some of the general information about connective tissue there. I connective tissue lagi ako. Ay nga, connective tissue there. Yan how hydrate. Okay. So here, I'm going to draw a connective tissue here. Mayam something over a connective tissue maharake. Tissue ni ne tato siya. Mara. Connective tissue ne. Definitely there must be a group of cells. Cell ama dai kya yaw mani ba na cells kara hane kya ba. I'm going to draw some cells here. Let us say these are the cells constituting the connective tissue. Connective tissue dugu sagala iba cells to ne lower cell. Yare ko. So these are the cells. In case of connective tissue singdadi cell ki marakta intercellular matrix hai. Yam chawali. Yare ko. And listen here. Sigi marak ki matrix hai. You remember anything about matrix? Matrix are the substances being secreted by the cell. Cell it may be carbohydrates, it may be proteins, it may be waxy part, oily parts, so the spaces in between the cells are being filled by substances being secreted by the cells themselves. Those substances are called as matrix code. In case of connective tissue, connective tissue, the cells, in addition to carbohydrate, proteins, connective tissue cells they also secrete fibers. Fibers to sing. Okay? The cell is secreting fibers around themselves. Fibers to secrete not only carbohydrate, protein, the blue fibers fibers connective tissue cells fibers we call it fibroblasts. Okay, what are these cells called? Okay, these cells are representing fibroblasts. Why am I calling it fibroblasts? Because they are capable of secreting fibers. Fibers secrete the so this blue line here represents fibers. Secrete the fibers. It could be collagen fibers or elastin fibers. Fibers it could be collagen or it could be elastin. Sige, fibers makalani si sumbangami. So have you seen group of cells here? What cells? Normally fibroblasts. In addition to fibroblasts, connective tissue also has got various other cells. Cells various other cells. Some cells like the macrophage. The cells like mast cells. Have you heard this mast cells and macrophages? Mast cells are active during allergic reactions. Inflammatory response. macrophages during immunological defense matamda Very good. Last time, or when I give the definition of tissue, I told you that tissues are groups of similar or so on a similar this similar or share, provided there must be having common origin and common function. What is the function of macrophages? Defense. Defense in body. What is the function of mast cells? That helps in allergic reaction. Function manada banding graph. So sila ne ba ai se. Akoy hum se. Ai na hum na ne. Si pan se na thang sila na para thang ni We are doing the stand up, right? Three of us are checking on tissue point of opening. Ai function ga, mali function ga, individual level di mana ta be. Bro. But when we group together, we have the sense of but while grouping, they must be doing the sense of the so mast cell has got its own role, the macrophages has got its own role, the fibroblast has got its own role. But when grouped together, they are doing the same job, that is providing connectivity and providing support to the epithelium there. Function manani group on the That's why they are put under the term tissues in the combination. What is this I'm drawing? I'm drawing a tissue. How do you know that? Because we are able to see many cells, and the cells are bound together by the ground substances or the matrix are bound over. Tissue never separation. Connective tissue head higher above. Compulsory fibroblasts or the macrophages or the mast cells or the along with intercellular matrix ornament. These are common to all the connective tissues except blood cartilage. Blood the fibroblasts out there. Blood do not have fibers. They do not have fiber producing cell fibroblasts out there. Otherwise, the remaining structure will be common to all. I'm just showing you the general structure of a connective tissue. General structure. Connective tissue is compulsory fibroblast cells and they are secreting fibers. Are they going to secrete only fibers? No. Along with fibers, they are secreting carbohydrates, they are secreting proteins around themselves. Honestly, it's like fibers not substance it will form the intercellular matrix formed of the together with this, the connective tissue also causes macrophages. Macrophages they are phagocytic cells. Especially immune response ki matamda engaged over cells. Any foreign antigens or foreign body this is causing organisms like macrophagocytic fungal cells. After this sector will jump to human health disease. Later they have little start human health disease microbes in human world. Then mast cells like histamine histamine and serotonin during allergic reactions and inflammatory response. So these two cells are specially active during current inactive they are specially active during immunological reaction active cells. I'm drawing a connective tissue. Connective tissue is general overview. What connective tissue is now let's jump to the types. Details later. Okay, look here. Lights. No, idari kyam tawdabra lights. Okay, yare tawdu. Yung consider. Hojikta question I'll be talking about the types of connective tissue. Muna tawko. Muna tardi am ti livening. Certain ure ever start drawing it. On the same problem, the noida mule hening the way sir nice. Connective tissue. Okay, you consider connective tissue set. Broadly, it can be classified into three types. The types of connective tissues that we are going to discuss are I must say makada pitagya. One is called dense loose connective tissue. Another is dense connective tissue, And the last one is special connective tissue. Specialized connective tissue. So I shall start with loose. Can I sum up connective tissues like CT Thambayani? Connective tissue. We have dense connective tissue. Then we have special connective tissue, specialized connective tissue, specialized or special connective tissue. So minor category. Let's see what is loose. Dense connective tissue. Specialized connective tissue. I shall start with loose connective tissue. I call connective tissue get general idea. So let me draw again. Kai cell fibroblasts, macrophages, the mast cells, and the substances secreted by them, including fibers, which could be of elastin or collagen nature. Fiber to collagen or elastin or Yareko. Karigumba, Munimkosda. Fibroblasts, macrophages, and mast cells, if they are loosely arranged normal. With large intercellular matrix and fiber six so these are the fibers secreted by them. Loose if the cells constituting the connective tissues are loosely arranged and the fibers secreted by them are also loosely arranged. So those connective tissues are called loose connective tissue. So I'm going to write cells and fibers. What cells I'm talking about? The fibroblasts, the macrophages, the mast cells, those things, right? The cells and fibers, what fibers? The collagen and elastin are loosely arranged. Loosely arranged storm we call it loose connective tissue. Loose connective tissues are of two types. Loose connective tissue se makal ani thona khaidokpe. One called areolar connective tissue and another one is called adipose connective tissue. Areolar connective tissue. The other one is called adipose connective tissue. Okay. Now, loose ki warishi analotion si loose lang maniko selamga siam lakna na fibers sing loosely arranged. So I'm showing the loose connective tissues here. Loose connective tissues normally loose connective tissue, both areolar as well as adipose connective tissues they are found beneath the skin. Skin epithelium epithelium connective tissue. So that connective tissues which lie underneath the skin, underneath the epithelial tissue, which provides support to the Mathakta epithelial tissue connective tissue I can say that connective tissue is providing support to the epithelial tissue, provide the hydro and a framework support connective tissue we call it areolar connective tissue. The same thing. So this what tissue I'm drawing? Those loose connective tissues that found beneath the soils and provide framework support to the skin are said to be areolar connective tissue. Areolar tissue ki mathau se kai never provides moigi matungina framework support framework support to whom? Support support to skin. Hoi epithelium never karam epithelium skin the other animal skin di makhala they are found beneath the skin. Found beneath the skin. Skin get makada laitoni. Okay, other even normal connective tissue. I'm showing here the areolar part. Adipose adipose connective tissues and areolar connective tissues are exactly the same, except that in adipose connective tissues they are having some additional cells that are capable of storing fat. Fat stored to cells. Adipose fat storing cells. So that when there is any excess energy in our body, those excess energy will get converted into fat and stored in these adipose cells which they store from the tissues. Yare ko adoi taragadi sigumba fat store tobunga connective tissue singsina we call it adipose coil. Moishukai the phangnia found especially underarms so I sigumba se koyam chuli da sigumba makha singse thigh belly sigumba jaga se ne adipose tissue yam yaude skin ni makha neba not all over the skin especially underarms under thigh sigumba koi ne yaudo ani ko found underneath the skin adum haige bai su sisu found underneath the skin and they are meant for storing they are capable of storing fats. For example, sir, I example haige ba sir se nomada 1000 calorie of energy darkar oil or sir okay I travel 2000 calories asale 1000 gets consumed 1000 of the extra later those extra 1000 energy will get converted into fat and stored in this adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is restored over time. Any excess nutrients or energy gets converted into fats and stored in the adipose tissue. The stored total. So what are adipose tissues? Adipose tissues are also loose connective tissues that are capable of storing fat. Fat stored total adipose tissue. Fatty storing cells fat storing cells just provide mechanical support can provide the connective tissues skin ki makha da yawa moiduna kai dar to ba moiduna areolar connective tissue or one yare ko sima now I sir hayobo ama ka darkar ko isla I respiration ta ko kan sta ke hana dagi khamba su yaw gani ye ko hojita sir na ye da I 1000 calorie darkar right 2000 sathan I 1000 calories as 500 calorie per I'm requiring 1000 calorie a day, but I know whether consume 500 calorie to consume dollars. Other than 500 and the whatever. Other 500 don't size store of your pet now, but they share energy to your career. And energy cycle along this normally energy giving foods are carbohydrates. And the energy kay to wire along the carbohydrate. Carbohydrate director will not take kay to wire of the hang up. Haksan they all fats into wire, especially the adipose tissue since they are fats into consume of you. Respiration the first respiratory substrate is carbohydrate. If carbohydrate is not available, what will start being used as substrate? Fats used to work on it. Fat and protein used to work on it. Now, see what kind of dense connective tissues in a loose level. I'll be drawing the dense connective tissue here. Chamane kam Kennedy. Dense connective tissues in a muscle is one. Mumming Shiran Taksare. The cells and the fibers are compactly and tightly arranged with little intercellular matrix. I think I am your fibroblasts am your money, macrophages am your money, fibers we am your money, and they are tightly and compactly arranged over. Something like this. These are the fibers secreted by this. These are the fibers. So amaga say am kungsan na layramaba macrophages, fibers, and moina sungiba ground substance singse. Ado itardi sigumba connective tissues na kay poeba dense connective tissue. So in dense connective tissues, I'm going to write cells and fibers are compactly arranged with little intercellular matrix. Matrix to yung chawra sheli. What cell manunda suela pick dense connective tissue say we'll be talking about two types of dense connective tissue. One is called dense regular connective tissue and another is dense irregular connective tissue. Ani dong kay dekhe na gains ko. Yam lai bani ay koi in mathodi kai de yawe do pene phalo se. Ani ma kai yawe. Skin ni makada. Ani ma skin ni makada lo yawe. Yare ko. Skin kay na sage. Kay ni compound epithelium. Adugi compound epithelium ki makada yawe na kay tissue. Connective tissue. Kay. Some could be areolar, some could be adipose, or areolar for providing thermal support, adipose for storing extra fats. So I know dense connective tissue see makal ani to na phalo sir. One is dense regular connective tissue haibama. The other one is dense irregular connective tissue haibama. Very simple. Dense irregular connective tissue haibama. Yari ko. Was it paminar kidoni? Paminadring ay ngahakang mutat ke ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯥꯛꯇꯣꯏꯁꯤ ꯃꯊꯛꯀꯤ ꯄꯥꯔꯠꯁꯤꯔ ꯃꯈꯥꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯔꯠꯁꯤꯔ ꯃꯈꯥꯗ ꯏꯁꯦ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ dense connective ꯃꯊꯛꯀꯤꯁꯤꯅ looks we are in the dense ꯅꯦꯕ ꯂꯩꯁꯦ dense ꯃꯔꯛꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯈꯜ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯁꯨꯕꯅꯣ ani yengko I shall start with the dense regular ay mutat ke same ko okay look here fibroblasts आपके को sir let us say these are the fibroblast cells they are capable of secreting fibers karigumba dense connective tissue marak chilane if the fibroblasts and the fibers are uniformly arranged parallel to one, regularly when arranged from something like this. I have seen them go. Aside green, I am in a green to me again. What are these structures? Fibers. The fibers are uniformly and regularly arranged. Storabas minor. Yani ko parallel to one another. Amada parallel oina. So if the fibers are arranged like this, yengda yamna uniform oyaba adoi tari si kai koiba dense regular connective tissue koi here look here what happens here cells and especially collagen fibers are regularly and uniformly arranged storm baba tawdeba moidana yare ko dense irregular hairogadana si dum thamge dense irregular sina kamai tawgeru smai tawdo so I don't pick the action give up look here dense irregular dana these are the cells kung na diyaw do ra cells ya dense anya yaw do ni ko here the fibers are not parallel to one another the fibers are just randomly my pain is your way, yung is your way, side the all say, mina, you random when in all directions, now they are those mina. Other 30, these are dense irregular connective tissue coils. Here I'm not going to write anything. What shall we write here? The fibers are irregularly arranged. Okay? No parallel connection here. Here normally the fibers, the elastin and the collagens are irregularly arranged. Haigera natragana randomly arranged in all the directions. Dense regular connective tissues Canada as given in the NCRT, they are found in ligaments. Ligaments I will not Can I read this part? This part? Simple again. So I see any diagram sir. I sim tang mutat sumtat ke ba. Mutat recording yaw ai target. Mutat ring ai post or yeng odre. Yong dense regular connective tissues they are found in Canada one in tendons and another in ligaments. Tendon ga ligaments ka phangi hai. We have heard about tendons, right? What is it? Tendon is a dense, regular connective tissues that connects muscles and bones. You recall? Muscle ka bones ka connect to connective tissue. That's why the term connective is used. Connection to way. Kana connect to So I'm going to draw a bone here. This is the bone. I'm going to draw muscles here. So let us say this is the muscles. Muscle se bone da connect to gaya tari kai gi mating na tawre khangi ho jaye. Okay, with the help of a connective tissue here, this connective tissue is what we call as kai ko ba tendons. So ngasi dagi ka da basi tendon se karamba connective tissue na. Dense regular connective tissue. Dense regular connective tissues which help joint bones and muscles are called tendons. Ligaments ligaments are also dense regular connective tissues that joins two bones together. Bone ani connect to base. Ana sina bone ga muscle ga sina ko. So this is muscles here and this is bone. These two gets connected by tendons. Ligament na sumaina. I'm going to draw the ligament here. This is one bone. This is another bone here. The two bones, they are also connected by a connective tissue. What is this connective tissues that helps connect two adjacent bones called? They are called as ligaments. So ligaments and tendons are given as example of Tanagi. Dense regular connective tissue example. Now, coming to dense irregular connective tissue. Dense irregular connective tissues NCRT they are found in what is heart wall called? Proctostachyle. So pericardium line to dense irregular connective tissues lines the heart wall pericardium. NCRT this is important. Out of NCRT can be addressed the city. Dense irregular se kai thangeba pericardium of heart ki wall da. Aina nang thamoyam kali have se kamai hai your pericardium is very hard. Adugi heart ki wall do it is all being covered by this connective tissues in a covered toilet. Heart ki wall di covered to epithelium na tawiko. Epithelium the makhada dense irregular connective tissue. Every organs, every body, every structures of the body are covered by epithelium only. Epithelium the makhada neva connective tissue like vishe. The pericardium ki makhab to epithelium then lies the dense irregular connective tissue layer. CO pasera na I was it loose kangeko dense kangeko special this special in a tamsil pattern yagiro. Now let's read out together. Okay, look here. Sarga paminertium. I will show you the structure. This is the connective tissues. Okay? What is this green? Oh, wait a second. Have you seen many blue bundles here? They are representing the fibers, which could be of collagen or elastin. Fibers. More secretory green the green cells here represents the fibroblast. Fibroblast. What is this cell here? They are labeled macrophage. Here you have the mast cells and various other cells. They have secreted many chemical secretions outside that will form the intercellular matrix. Intercellular matrix to the fibers so this structure is common to all the connective tissue common except blood blood except blood fibroblast fibers masu hierarchy paminasi mo sarga par. Look here. Connective tissues are most abundant in the body of complex animal. Higher animals sing the quite common order tissue connective tissue. They are named connective tissues. Why? Because they help connect various parts and various organs of the body. They are connective tissues because of their special functions of linking. Linking means the special functions of connection of various organs and tissues of the body. Haksan yawa tissue amaga, especially epithelial tissue do. Aduga link early connective tissue do. Bone ga connect to hundra. Bone ga muscle ga connect to hundra. So my na haksan yawa organs and tissues in connection to the making pami. They are given the term connective tissues. They range from connective tissue it could be very simple, soft, simple, or it could be very special or weird. Let's discuss all those things. I sida uli se magi oina di makhada kai tharame A se areolar tissue ne pyramid se. Chama ko common to all. Areolar se kai malu pige. Loose connective. Finally connective tissue marks the machine areolar the PDC. Loose connective tissue. That's why the cells are far apart. Labna they said, fat storing area. Okay, so this is adipose tissue, fat collectarity. In addition to the normal areolar tissues, if fat storing cells are also there, we call it adipose tissue. Makha yang kupsa dringaida Okay, what do you see in between here? Here the collagen fibers are uniformly and parallelly arranged. This is dense, regular. So na randomly koicha yaubra. This is dense, irregular connective tissue work cover sila horen. Yare ko. Now, amtang pag-isi survey yung sila. It includes yung sila connective tissue wise it include cartilage, it include bones, the adipose, and blood. Here we talk about adipose kangre atay amtakri. Atay kasi special tissue mo nung dakakol. Talagay yung ngakta nga ko pa. In all connective tissues, except blood, the cell secretes fibers of structural proteins called collagen or elastin. Yarni ko, blood na tana connective tissues kuning maka fibers secrete to of the cells. And the fibers could be collagen fibers OBI, elastin fibers OBI, and they are structural proteins. Fiber masama proteins nibo. The fibers, kaya daw naman ng fibers yung connective tissues na, they help in providing strength, elasticity, and flexibility. Have you heard cartilage? Kaya always. Nose, ear, this seems very flexible, yeah? This flexibility is due to the presence of more amount of collagen and elastin in your way. On the collagen, elastin, yarn we say connective tissues to provide more strength, more elasticity, more flexibility, provide to now, these cells also secrete modified polysaccharide. So, masaya ay cell na ako yung kay sugar yan. Target na sila. Carbohydrates. Polysaccharides, adi ka na no? Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates susungyay. Not only carbohydrates, the proteins, the carbohydrate, the fatty structures, everything gets secreted. Which accumulate between the cells and the fibers and forms. Very good. And acts as intercellular matrix or ground substance when act away. Adri moy masana nung sumboy liyan mene. Yari ko. Connective tissues are classified into three types. One is loose connective tissues, where the cells and the fibers are loosely arranged. Dense connective tissues, where the cells and the fibers are compactly arranged. And special connective tissues. Sige pa, sige ngantang na kanar kaya ko. Yengsi. Loose diagram ni antang paminar siya usarga. Here, loose connective tissues has cells and fibers loosely arranged in a semi-fluid ground substance. Harito. Ereko, may manunda kana-kanayaw do no? Areolar ga, adipose ka. Areolar hanapasi kaya umiima. Found beneath the skin to provide. It serves as support framework to the epithelium. So, epithelium da support katanayamadi. No drop off with head story. Head storage ki drop out there. Whereas when coming to adipose the lapamatamdadi, it is a type of loose connective. Loose ni ko Mas kaya hoy, beneath the skin. And these cells are specialized to store fat store to the mating pando. Otherwise, they are exactly and almost the same structures and function. Yari ko. The excess of nutrients. Ay ko na sasal na sila nutrients excess when nasasal or energy excess when nasasal ba. The excess of nutrients which are not used immediately are converted into fat and stored in this adipose tissues. The things that I already mentioned. Yara ba si Gupta? Yari ko. Next. Fibers and when come to dense lasi. What are dense connective tissues? These are the connective tissues where fibers and fibroblasts are compactly packed. Compactly packed or magana dense connective tissue ko viva. Kaya kung ngayon okay. Dense regular, dense irregular. Kayo preng si orientation of the fibers. Fibers into kamay na arrange away. Randomly arranged over, regularly arranged over, orientation they can further be divided into dense regular connective tissue and dense irregular connective tissue. In dense regular connective tissues, the collagen fibers are present row by row parallel to one another in rows between many parallel bundles of fibers. Uniformly and regularly arranged. They are found in tendons with joints, muscles and bones, which attach skeletal muscles to the bones, and ligaments with joints, bones to bones, bones to another, bones with another bones. Now coming to dense irregular connective tissue. Irregularity, randomly arranged. Here, the fibroblasts and the fibers are oriented differently in the sense that in different directions they arrange, not row by row in areas of the Kaya again, that this tissue is present in the skin. Okay. Was this skin the tissue? Skin the tissue below the epithelium. Below the epithelium. Areolar, adipose, dense, irregular. What means in a Five comments. Areolar. Next, followed by adipose. Then comes this. Right. Dense, irregular connective tissue. Yareko, hangzeractually skin the current connective tissue. Option number 1, areolar. Option number 2, adipose. Option number 3, dense, irregular connective tissue. Option number 4, all the above. Yaraniko, home say or home say. Then adipose ti loy mo ti yaw ko. Ako fat deposit to jagada. Ne maru oi ne yaw do sai nga sa hai ke do. Sir da budi kai da phet to ge khangaro. Ya kang bai ko. Cartilage. Oh, wait a second. Sibo ngakang thambi ge. Sibo ta ai loose connective tissues ka dense connective tissue ka khangi hai lo ya ra. Let's go to the third type of connective tissue called as special connective tissue some exist. Okay. Let's move on. Ai sigi maramda kya haidri. Sigi maramda. Natra. Sigi maramda amuk nei na ba horasi. We'll be talking about special connective tissue. Special connective tissue we'll be talking about 3 types of connective tissue. Listen carefully. Those 3 tissues to be discussed under special connective tissues are cartilage ne, bones ne, blood ne. Wait one second. Here go. Cartilage, what? Bones and blood. Moi ahum sina special connective tissue gi manungda tamgadoiba. Tapa hayarba. For better understanding, I shall start with bones na hanatalake. Here go. Saru se kan lawani na cell na sadaba manda. Cell na saya masu. Kay do bay kan dino e hayake. Ay mayay gisbay ni ko hanata ise. Cartilage ka bones ka do masak mani. Do almost mani. Kada ga kina ge do bone kan gitar cartilage kan ni do na bone day when talake tawan. So I will draw a bone here. I can go deep. Manum changchan bihari ko. Adubo NCRT de yaw do kan na koi thoro ge tawani. I'm drawing a bone. Sigi bone set. Longitudinal sections may katalagay. Okay? Longitudinal. Smile transverse to longitudinal mayay kaido ko makamda. You will find a yellow structures inside. Some yellowish structures kara mayay sila uwa pang niwa ko. Longitudinal section ka akam ko. These yellowish structures found almost at the center of the bones are called yellow bone marrow. Okay, ko say this is yellow bone marrow. What is the function of bones? Support. Yes, to provide mechanical support. Otherwise, if bones, skeletons, yes, main job is supported. Second function. I'm showing here. Second function. What is bone marrow mean for? Okay, from the okay, wait, yes, look here. So near the terminal ends of the bones, mayay the yellow bone marrow terminal ends you will find network porous or the structure on your bones. Porous something like this. These structures are called red bone marrow, and they are the site of blood synthesis, blood cells. What is this? Red bone marrow. Moishna kai sumbam neva. Blood sumbam. Site of synthesis of blood. Here ko. Sima. Sida amtang ay na ko ba ya Where are about B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes? Where are they found? Both B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes are found in bone marrow. Ano bone marrow manung tani ko form beje. Tawatabu B lymphocyte bone marrow manung form tawo khaktana tana maturation so bone marrow manung tawo. Form and mature within the bone marrow. Hence called B lymphocyte. B do not represent the bone. Represent bone marrow represent. T lymphocyte ka form tayo. Bone marrow manunga, but maturation takes place in the thymus gland. Mature to na thymus gland and mature oil. Hence given the term T to it. And B cells, T cells, may have much bone marrow manunga na form to ishe. So, and B cells and T cells are part of the blood. Blood is components not an ever moishe. Aduna blood ki formation site in a higher cell. Yar seriously now bone ki cell yala bone ki structure section ka aga bone se microscope the ying. Let's see how a bone look like. Was it bone to connective tissue? It must be having that same basic structure as the yarn value. Kay yarn then. Hyro. Hyromi connective tissue they always structure single. Fibroblasts will be there. The fibers, collagen will be there. Elastin will be there. And various carbohydrate intercellular matrix may be on there. But bone in addition to all those cells, a bone's tissues has a special cells, and that cells forming the bone tissues are called as osteocytes. Bones hagalapodari kai cells yawa osteocyte. I see osteocytes. I'm not saying fibroblasts, macrophages, mast cell yaw dehydrate. Yaw ni bado. But main oina more singularly abundant oina special cells am yaw. So the bone forming cells are called osteocytes. So this osteocyte will also be secreting intercellular matrix. In the intercellular matrix, they also secrete calcium. Calcium is secreted. Okay? That calcium secreted by the osteocyte hardens the intercellular matrix in the form of solidify the whole. Calcium secretion Hanata si classic cavity in a si search osteocyte or cell. Calcium addition mentally calcium not solidified or aniva. But for instance, osteocyte cell I only watch it with her even what cells I'm talking about? These cells? These cells? Osteocytes? Osteocytes cell na layriba mapadri kuthara layer. Okay, as a depression, cavity now. The reasons where the osteocyte lies within the bone are said to be lacunae. We call it lacunae. Kanganatro. I koi kuding magse osteocyte akulendar Akoi out is a get you in a review. The reason where osteocyte lies as a cavity, and we have given the term that cavity as lacunae. Otherwise, the remaining structures are filled by solid structures. That solid structure is formed specially by the calcium. Calcium now filled over it. See now all about bones. Bone. Cartilage come was now. Cartilage is red. Can I read this one? This one? One point to be noted, in case of bone, the calcium calcium ki secretion bones are hard and non-pliable. Non-pliable is flexible oil. Cartilage is flexible oil, whereas bones, because of the secretion of calcium being hard and non-flexible or non-pliable oil. Cartilage is pliable oil and little bit softer than that of the bones. Bone lagi kita soft oil hen cartilage connective tissue they must be having the same basic structures like the fibroblasts, everything will be there. And instead of osteocyte ki muhurta, cartilage sab the cell we call it chondrocytes. What cells makes cartilage? Is it only chondrocytes? Chondrocytes are the main cells. Other than that, they also have the fibroblasts, the macrophages, and myelin. But let me talk about the chondrocytes. Chondrocytes say, laiba matam dane, zura in a laminair. What cells I'm talking about? These cells are chondrocyte. chondrocyte always occurs in pair. The reason where chondrocyte lies are also forms in the form of cavity. What is this cavity we call? They are called as lacunae. Intercellular matrix will be there, but no calcium here. Calcium the originally. Flexible. Otherwise, the structure is almost the same. Shall we read it out? Okay, parang yung sigo. Kaya higing. Ito lang. Yung look here. What is this? Here it mentioned chondrocyte. So what diagram it is representing? This is cartilage, and this is the bones. The cells here with the nucleus represents the osteocytes. The cavity like hang naman man kuthara kami se. Kayo sir. Lacunae. High brains ne. Look here. Si line sim ta parang kike. Cartilage ne, bones ne, and bloods ne will form the specialized connective tissue. The intercellular material of the cartilage is solid, okay, and pliable. Pliable means flexible and resist compression. Resist compression adi solid solid or liquid gas compress but bonds and cartilage being solid structure they resist compression compression so these are the atoms of the gases liquid solid or gas namsan be liquid so compress to be solidity compression compression anyway cells of this tissue, what are the cells called? Chondrocytes are enclosed in a small cavity. What is the cavity called? Lacunae. It should be lacunae. Within the matrix secreted by them. Secrete the matrix to the lacunae. Next, most of the cartilage in vertebrates, embryos are replaced by bones in adults. I say embryonic condition the cartilage soft or pliable or but when it becomes adult, cartilage will slowly and gradually change to bones. Bones will change to cartilage is present in the tip of nose, flexible ORC, outer ear joints, between adjacent bones of the vertebral column, limbs and hands of adults. Vertebral column they are bring it. Wait a second, just a second. Just maybe. Hey, no. Aku kau minta get 2 5 0 on the one. Yeah. Sure, money. 2. Okay, look here. So these are two adjacent vertebrae, one here, another one here. In between, have you seen a blue? Have you seen a blue structure in between? We go. So, sila blue structure singse. Vertebrae ani ki karakta blue structure singse. They are cartilage. Otherwise, vertebrae ani thamli takai reflection to ito. Adu thok kanava marakta cartilage or ana vertebrae ani ki marakta then natonda, ear down, and I call it limbs to show you. Limbs ki makon to di mapuri na de jaga kar joints kar na cartilage sa uwi na ito. Yarasira, asima chimba pubiro. Cartilage kangin lawi arba. Saru tingar kiniko sir. Amumpaya ko flota to nisa. Where? Now, coming to bones. Bone on passion. Samane. Bones na kayo niya. Heart and you know how to say. A hard and non-pliable ground substance. Ground substance is matrix stone. Rich in calcium salts and collagen fibers, which give bones its strength. It is the main tissues that provide structural support to the body. Structural framework provide the main function. Other than that, bones support and protect softer tissues and organs. The bone cells, take away, osteocytes, are present in the spaces or cavity called lacunae. Limb bones, such as the long bones of the legs, long bones of the femur, high bones, long bones, serve weight bearing functions. And the maximum weight it is borne by the long bones, like femurs na carry to it. Yani ko, haksangi main sima. Lep panatraw, hama ba, adu maximum karan pi. Very good, lumbar na pi. Yani ko, lumbar di vertebrae shi. So I no. Ereko belly region they are about vertebrae. Aduna ne khwang na kan da lumbar L pattern are L3 da L4 da haido lumbar ta ga maximum weight ko kan mo ne na gale. Ko na khana se dai mata do. They also interact. We are talking about the bones interact with skeletal muscles ka sunat na legale mo isa na mamatamda to bring about movements. When bones attach with muscles, they have in movement. Movement na mating pang do ba. Yani ko the bone marrow in some bone, especially the red bone marrow, are the site of production of blood cells. Blood cells only hydroxyl. Yeah, so these are all about the two types of special connective tissue. Blood. Blood tissue ay talo sila siyo. Yawan sila. Blood is made up of two components, right? The liquid part and the cellular part. Blood si isi mahira mapangla. Mahisyawi mapang isirksyawi. Yani ko, ipamzali dudi. Yani ko, so the liquid part as well as cellular part. Cell ki part siyawi, liquid ki part siyawi. The liquid part of the blood is called kay kawi haro plasma haina kawi. And cell makal humyawi blood ta kay RBC haibama, WBC haibama, and platelets haibama. Yare ko. What is the job of platelets? Platelets help in blood coagulation. Aduna ni dengue na ako kanda platelet ta habaye mo ayo. Platelets say the normal range as many as about 1,50,000 mI masing per cubic centimeter ang sige chang yaw do ne. Sinong 1 lakh adai boleh ka shoot away ko. Matam gi matu kita fluctuation daw ni 40,000 de hek handa raba. It's alarming, very risky. Ana dengue na abadane si ba yaw se manipur da handa manga truk shura ne si se. Si bam suthok thok te ba. Lying na balai te ba ko. Lying na balai ka so almost every day or 2 days ko dengue platelet check ko ni change. Kay no da asidai handa raba. Adai manu de internal bleeding le coagulation namdan. Internal manu de internal bleeding like are lying by wide. Mapan the external bleeding natra the manung internal organs will bleeding like tardi ko. Aduna si handa tardi lying way yai. Kamaina e kape. Upon the platelet to kape and inoko anune platelet kape hedo sile handa rakand. Yare swai damtang to shidal way sikatane and say the ilamism. Blood to yan details ko na blood to in tamsel. Adugo sila RBC kay siya ko. WBC. RBC bili by concave na WBC. Boy, hay gitu. Yare ko. Ton amtang paminar ma si sir ga. Lore to ka. Look here. Blood. Listen here. Blood is the only fluid connective tissue. Can it be compressed? Yes. Mari compression ya adi. Masai cartilage na bones ka di ya ko. So blood is a fluid connective tissue containing the liquid part ko plasma. And the cells include red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. It is the main circulating fluid that helps in the transport of various substances. Blood kimatoxin, nutrient transport, oxygen transport, carbon dioxide transportation. So this is all about connective tissue. Connective tissue. Connective tissue. What comes after connective tissue? Muscular. Muscular something I have about 15 minutes.